I totally understand that because it's like I grew up here too, and I know when you're young, that's what you're supposed to do, and so you were very disciplined as a child.
Well, yeah, I also had a very crazy stepfather who
Yeah.
he was like a drill sergeant with everything. Not even in a good way. Like he was like went too hard with it. He was abusive, but he was like also had some issues of his own, like some probably mental health issues, and he used to bug
Gotcha.
out, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So he was super strict. He used to bug out like if I got like a 90 on a test.
90.
Yeah, if you get 90, he'd be like, why you didn't get 100?
Plus,
Yeah,
plus.
yes,
Oh, shoot.
one of them there.
Wow.
Yeah, he would be like every day he used to want me to make up my bed with hospital coroners, and he would come and inspect the bed. You know what I mean? There was like a particular way to fold everything.
Was he
If it-
military or something?
no, he was just mad. That's a mad man. You know what I mean? I guess he thought he was, teaching me to be strong or something by doing these things, but he was just nuts. He just like, you gotta fold your shirt like this. All my things looked like I worked at the Gap. And I was like 6. You know what I mean?
Wow. Discipline.
Yeah.
But this is why you created such. You had the time to do that. You were home. No, because for me, I think that's where I went astray. Because even though, I came to America at the age of 15, that's still kind of young. Because I went right into high school, 9th grade. And when I get home at 3 o'clock, nobody in home. That's how I started to hustle on the corner. Because I used to cook food too. My mother made me cook.
Yeah.
But as a boy, that's what I'm saying. You were very,
I went away.
Woman,
Remember, I told you my household was not a pleasant place to be.
Yeah.
I was in a program. You ever heard of Prep for Prep?
Nah.
In New York, it's like a program for gifted kids. Let them take all these
kids?
like minority kids,
Wow.
and they send you to these like rich schools like Dalton and Brearley, and so I went to this school in Tarrytown, New York.
Wow.
By choice. I'd sent myself to boarding school because I wanted to get out of my crazy house that I was in, and I was 13, and I took the option to go and live at school so that I wouldn't have to be around to be involved in any of the madness.
But that was one of the top schools, though.
I mean, it was a good school, for sure. It was a very good school, but so you had to be like, you had to go through a lot to get into this whole program in the first place. And I started it when I was like 11, and then by 13 you like graduate from the program and they place you into these schools and stuff. So
you were born in Brooklyn?
I was born in Manhattan. At St. Vincent's Hospital. And my dad was born in St. Vincent. I don't know if that's like a coincidence. I was born in St. Vincent, but I was born in St. Vincent Hospital. So, you know what I mean?
So did you ever we moved to Jamaica at any time in your life?
I moved to Jamaica as often as possible.
Yeah.
I'll move to Jamaica right now if I can.
So
I'm working on it.
Yeah, so it's like a back and forth thing.
Yeah, I've been going back and forth since I was young. My cousin, my mom's good friend, and her daughter, they lived in Kingston when I was a teenager. And so that's how I started spending a lot of time in Jamaica. And that's how I met Sam Diggy Quest. And, we've been building vibes from them time now.
So when you met Sam Diggy, that's when you got into music?
No, I didn't used to record the music at that time. I just used to sit there and look at people. I'll watch Sam push a lot of buttons and all these exciting people talking and saying all these crazy stuff in the studio, and seeing all these artists and stuff. It was like, I don't know, it was very amazing. Jamaica was amazing to me, being from New York, knowing that there's lots of music and stuff that happens in New York, but I don't see it. I don't be like, I never been to the supermarket and seen Jay-Z. You know what I mean? You understand where I'm coming from? Like, I don't like go for a walk in the park and I'm like, oh, there's like, you know what I mean?
But in Jamaica,
Puffy or somebody,
the artists all the time.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was like, oh yeah, you see them and then they start to know you and you end up become friends, and you know what I mean? It's very cool. So to me, I used to like that.
So at what point you you decide to like, yo, I'm gonna go in the booth, like, I'm gonna do this?
No, we just started recording together recently. This is our first project together now. I've been recording for about 6 years since I recorded my first song. So
what was your first song?
It was Talking to You. We recorded at Java Eva, recorded by Sela. And, you know, Gideon had kind of gave me the go ahead, saying like, oh, you're doing something good there. You should work on that and come back to the studio and come back and record it. So that was in like about, I think that song came out like around 2014 or something like that. So that was the first project I did. Before that, I just used to like be absorbing and observing, apparently. But I had 2 children in between this time.
In between that time.
So I was a little
How old are you
tied up. My older son is turning 12 and the younger one is 9.
Live in Jamaica?
One is in Jamaica and one is in Trinidad. And they both have like a nice, you know, setup with their pops and grannies and aunties. I really don't have a lot of family, and it's like different being in America than you being in the islands and having all these people check for you and stuff like that. So
your mother is still in Brooklyn?
No, she's in upstate New York.
Oh,
she moved.
She retired?
No, she moved actually as a result of the abusive situation. She moved away from the city, and I actually didn't go with her. So I haven't lived with her since I was 14.
So you've been on your own from early on?
From 14. That's why me tough like iron.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.